Hey guys, so this was supposed to be my foundation routine and my skincare routine in one, but after editing it turned out to be like half an hour long or so, which would have been a bit ridiculous. So in this video I'm just going to show my skincare routine, and I'm going fairly into depth. It's my morning skincare routine showing all my favourite products, and then tomorrow you will see my full current foundation routine, again showing you all my favourite products and sharing my tips and tricks. Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Makeup. Today's video is going to be an amalgamation of two very highly requested videos, so I have a feeling you might need to get comfortable for this, so get yourself something to eat and, you know, maybe schedule in a pee break. But basically I've been asked loads to do an updated foundation routine, which is what I'm doing because it has changed a little bit since my last one, which was a little bit more on the natural side, and I am going to go through my full morning face routine. So we'll start from the start and work our way up to the full finished face. So this morning I went to the gym, which meant of course I had to shower afterwards, and when I'm in the shower I use a cream cleanser, and I don't use these kind of makeup removers or cleansers when I'm not in the shower. So this is the YOUNGBLOOD Breakaway Refreshing Makeup Remover. I love this stuff. I think it's the smell that's so pleasant that has me really enamoured by this. Even though it's called a makeup remover, it's grand as a cleanser. It doesn't make my skin feel particularly dry or anything afterwards, and especially like when I use this, it's usually always in the morning. I tend not to shower in the evenings, but yeah, I just feel like this cleans my face nicely and doesn't dry it out, and it smells divine. So this, yeah, this is something I've been really enjoying. The next product is something I'm not really enjoying. So this is the DERMALOGICA Daily Exfoliant. It's one of those powder exfoliants. So it literally is just a white powder, like so. And then you mix it up with water to create a paste, and you use it as an exfoliating paste all over your face. This is the second of these kind of exfoliators I've owned. I started off with the Indeed Laboratories one, which I really liked, really loved. From the grains were lovely and small, and then I ran out of that and I stole this off my sister. Sorry Aoife, if you're watching this, because you probably don't even know that it's gone. And I really don't like this. The smell is hideous. And I don't like the formula quite as much. I feel like it's ever so slightly less fine. It's a little bit more grainy, and I feel like it can maybe scratch the surface a little bit if you don't have enough water on with the powder. So I won't be repurchasing this. I will go back to my Indeed Laboratories, but I still enjoyed these. These contain salicylic acid and other like chemical exfoliants, acid exfoliants, and I really like these things in general, just not this one because it stinks. But that's what I use in the shower anyhow to exfoliate after this guy. Then the first thing I do when I come out of the shower is pluck my eyebrows, and I do this before I do anything else to the skin. I try to do this fairly quickly because I do like to get moisturizers and stuff on my face fairly quickly before all the moisture evaporates from your skin. My favorite tweezers are these, the MAC ones. I think they're absolutely brilliant. I am one of these people who kind of does have to tweeze every day because my eyebrows grow like bushes, but it's not a bad complaint because I tend to mess around with them a lot and overpluck, and they always grow back, so I'm quite lucky in that way. So I do tend to pluck every day a little bit. Sometimes I might leave it 2 to 3 days, and then it's like a half-hour job, so I try to keep on top of it. Then once my eyebrows are plucked, I'm going to go in with these guys if I have them. If I don't, I'll just go straight into my serum. These are the Nip and Fab Glycolic Fix Daily Cleansing Pads. I love these. I run out every now and again. They can be kind of hard to get your hands on, but if I have them, I'll use these. So I'll just wipe this lightly all over my face, and it gives a nice gentle exfoliation. I do try to always do it in kind of upward motions, in upward circular motions, and don't forget the neck as well. This is great on the neck. And then once you've wiped this over the entire face, you don't wipe or rinse off the formula. You leave it on the face to do its thing, because the glycolic is going to exfoliate your face throughout the day and help like slew away those dead skin cells, and then your hyaluronic acid is going to help keep you moisturized. So love this stuff. On the days I don't shower, this is what I use to cleanse my face in the morning. I'm not very oily or anything like that when I wake up, so that's why I'm more than happy to just rely on my Micellar cleansing water, regardless of the brand. It's usually the Garnier one I go for, and that's what I use to give myself a quick cleanse in the morning on the days I don't shower. And on those days, sometimes I'll use a toner. I don't always use a toner. I tend to use this more at night time after I've cleansed off my makeup. But if I do use a toner, it'll either be this one here, which is the Skin and Balance Sensitive Skin Calming Toner. It's by CUTICURA. Never heard of them before, I just got it in a local pharmacy, but I like this. It's quite hydrating and it refreshes and relieves the skin. Zero fragrance, zero alcohol, which is what you're looking for. Or else I'll go in with my MAC Lightful Marine Bright Softening Lotion. I love this stuff. Even though it's not quite a toner, you still use it at the same time as the toner. The thing about this is that it makes whatever product you put on after it much more efficient. So it does soften your skin. It allows all the other products to soak into your skin and to work better, to work deeper down into the skin. I'm low on it and it's not the cheapest thing in the world, so I tend not to use it every day, but I do love this stuff. And then next I move on to one of my absolute holy grail products, and this is my Vichy Aqualia Thermal Serum. I have tried many a serum since first getting this, and I always go back to this. I'd say I'm on like my 5th or 6th bottle now. I love this stuff. €23, so it's not the worst in the world, but sometimes if I'm like particularly broke, that's when I'll go on to another serum and I always regret it. So I think this is one thing that is always worth splurging on for me. I have dehydrated skin with a tendency to get a little bit dry maybe during the winter, or if I'm constantly in front of like heat, which I usually am because I'm the coldest person in the world, but I can get a little bit of sheen in my nose throughout the day. The skin type that I'm more concerned with is the dryness and the dehydration. So that's why I really try to focus on hydration and protection throughout the day. And then at nighttime, that's when I kind of deal with repair and stuff like that, but my anti-aging things, more so the hydration throughout the day. And this is the best first step you can go for. So this is a serum, of course, a really hydrating serum, contains hyaluronic acid. Love this stuff. And I slather this on all over my face and my neck. Never forget my neck. And if there's anything left over, I put it on the back of my hands. So I love, love, love this stuff. And then once that serum is on, I like to use a water mist, particularly if you are using any products with hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid in itself isn't moisturizing. Hyaluronic acid attracts moisture to your face and keeps it there, helping your skin retain moisture for longer. So I like to try and put as much hydration and water into my face as possible. So that's why I like to go with the mist. This is the one I use today. It is the Vitamin E Face Mist by The Body Shop. I like this. I wouldn't say I was absolutely mind blown by it, but it's nice for what it is. It's for all skin types. Costs about €13 for the 100ml. Yeah, and this is meant to be quite refreshing, and of course vitamin E is an antioxidant, but that's the one I use today. My favourite all-time one, and I just repurchased, is the Fix Plus by MAC. It's a little bit more expensive at €21, not breaking the bank, but I do tend to go through them quite quickly, and I would use this in my kit as well. I love this because the second ingredient in this is glycerin, so it leaves a beautiful sheen on the skin that you wouldn't necessarily get from the other ones I'm showing you, but they pretty much all do the same thing at the end of the day. And then the other two that I tend to use would be like a normal thermal water spray like this. Nearly out of all these, so I'm going to use up these before I go into my MAC Fix Plus. And then this one I got recently and I really like it. It's the Serum by La Roche-Posay. This is great for anyone with oily or blemish prone skin. So whereas someone with oily skin might not like this because of the sheen it leaves, this is great. The zinc in this will help to deal with any issues on the face. It has an antibacterial properties, so it's great for if you do get breakouts or tend to get clogged skin. And yeah, I really, really recommend this for any of those days where I feel like my skin is just not doing what it should be doing. That's when I kind of use this, but I do tend to go for the other ones a little bit more often. Then I like to let that mist kind of dry a little bit on my face before I go in with my next layer. And at this stage, I nearly always curl my lashes. Something I would do every morning anyhow. So I just try to utilize the downtime by doing something else if I can. So while my facial mist is drying, that's when I curl my lashes. And my favorite curlers are these guys, which are the Tweezerman curlers, which I got in Boots. And the pads for me last so much longer than any other curlers I've had, and they're great. They're not like overly expensive either, say compared to the Shu Uemura ones or the MAC ones, which are a bit expensive as well. These are great and I love the curve on them. Some of them don't have enough of a curve. These have a great curve, so I highly recommend these Tweezerman ones as well. Next I apply my eye cream, and this is my go-to day eye cream at the moment, and again it's all about hydration. It's another Vichy product, even though I'm very sadly not sponsored to show any of these. I just really, really love my French skincare brands, so Vichy, La Roche-Posay, Avène, and newly Bioderma, which has just reached Ireland. But this is the Aqualia Thermal Awakening Eye Balm. So this would be in the same range as the serum that I showed earlier on. Again, it's a lovely cooling eye gel, even though it's called an eye balm. It kind of comes out like a gel. I just apply it by tapping it lightly over my orbital bone, and I also apply it to my top lids as well, because I get very, very dry lids, top and bottom. Like, they could be so dry here on the inner corners of my top lids sometimes that they get, I get these little flaky round patches. I don't have eczema or anything like that. It's just for some reason on my eye area. So I tend to hydrate quite well there, and tap it all over the orbital bone and bring it right up towards my temple. And then I lightly wipe my fingers over that orbital bone up towards my temple as well. By doing this, you're almost massaging the area and helping to move any fluid that's under the skin up towards your lymph system, which is up here by your temple. So that's a nice way of applying your eye cream. Just go very, very lightly. You don't want to be tugging at the skin, you just want to be almost massaging it. And then finally, I go in with my day moisturizer, which is this simple kind to skin protecting moisture cream with an SPF of 30. So as long as I'm not under the sun for a long time or like out all day, this is more than enough sunblock for me. During the summer, if it was like very hot or very sunny, I probably would use an actual sun protection, like an actual sunblock, a separate sunblock, but I'm happy with this for the time being, and I apply quite a lot of this. You'll hear a lot of dermatologists and doctors saying that these don't often offer enough of a sun protection because people don't apply enough of it. So I lather it on, like I put on plenty, and my skin can take it. There's other creams I could do that with and my skin wouldn't be able to take it, so it's whatever, you know, play around with different creams and test them out. This one, my skin can take a lot of it. Love this stuff. So I put this again all over my face, massage it in, and I don't forget my neck, and then whatever's left over I put it onto the back of my hands, and then that's it. I leave myself as much time as I can to let all that just sink into the skin and do its thing. I like my skincare to do its thing and not interrupt or interfere with my makeup, and vice versa. So that's why I try to leave as long as possible between applying my makeup after finishing off the skincare. So it depends on how much time I have in the morning. On days like today when I'm working from home, I have plenty of time, so I can go downstairs and arse about. At this stage I noticed how ratchet my nails were looking, so I went and fixed those. I made myself a smoothie because I hadn't eaten since the gym. I went and dried my hair a little bit and caught up on emails. So once all that was done, and that's like a good half an hour or so, I came back and that's when I made a start on my makeup. But on the mornings where I don't have that much time and I'm nearly rushing out the door, I will just go off and brush my teeth or do my hair or something else that I know I have to do. Try and leave at least a couple of minutes, 5 minutes if you can, at the very, very least, and more if possible. So just make sure you're always doing something. That's what I tend to do. So make sure you pop back tomorrow to catch part 2, which is my full foundation routine. I will leave a link to it here and below as soon as it's live free, but if you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe so you can get all my new videos into your subscriptions feed, and I'll just catch you all in my next video. So till then, take care. Slán guys.